individual, bro. He was maning. He was, you know what I'm saying? Shorty was crazy.
Bro, he was that, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he'll go do it himself on feet by himself.
He was on that. He was, you know what I'm saying? So that shorty was his best. Something was wrong with him. That's not human, man. You're not regular, man. That nigga was the devil, man. He's weird.
One of Satan's greatest soldiers was...
It is that time of year again. A new Black Clover chapter has finally dropped. And with these chapters, we really got to see what Tabata has been cooking the entire series, and what he's about to cook in the future. Like seriously, anything you could think of most likely happened in these chapters. Most of my predictions in the past happened. And also, we really got a hint of how truly vile and evil this dude Lucius really is. Anyways, let's get into this review because there is a lot to discuss. As usual, major manga spoilers ahead, so you have been warned. So chapter 379, titled Absolute Messiah, started with all the Black Bulls and other characters defeating all the Lucius clones, thinking they won. And from the jump, you should already have guessed this chapter was going to be on bad timing since we got Rill crucifying one of the Lucius clones as the first panel. But after that, we got to see every Grimoire tower light up, while Lucius, who was defeated by Asta and Yuno, resurrected himself, as I expected. But this time in his true form, which is, in my opinion, his best form so far. It was also later confirmed that every Lucius, including the one that Asta fought in the beginning, were all clones of him, which again I expected in my last chapter review. We then got some lore dump on why Lucius was doing the Gargantuan compound spell, and also how Grimoires came to be. It was said that Lucius was doing that giant Gargantuan compound spell just so he could link every Grimoire tower to him. That would give him the ability to use every single magic in the entire verse. This is possible because Grimoires are actually wisdom granted by gods, which amplify humans' natural magic, further enhancing their spells. It is also said that every time a mage dies, the same exact grimoire they used goes back to the tower for the next person. This makes sense to me, since every time we see someone get a new grimoire, they automatically get insane spells they can use. An example of that is Yuno getting his star magic for the first time and instantly starting teleporting around Xenon, using all these broken spells. After Lucius started flexing all the magic he got so far from the tower, he then thought it would be a fun idea to show Asta and Yuno exactly how the grimoire lore works. And dear God, what this man is about to do is the reason why he deserves a Max Platinum Threat Badge. Because this dude teleported to Revchi, Gueldre, and Marx, brought them in front of Asta and Yuno, killed them instantly in front of Asta and Yuno, and proceeded to seal Yuno's magic with Revchi's chains. Then he booted up a live stream so he could show the entire Clover Kingdom him killing Asta and Yuno. Like, this dude needs to be put in the deepest part of hell for this, but even then that wouldn't stop him, since he already soloed the entire underworld. We then went back to the land of the sun, to Ryu, and we learned he's able to speak directly to Asta via Fuji Sound Yojutsu, but he was literally just stating the obvious. We then get to see Asta and Lucius start fighting once again, and once again Lucius is avoiding Asta's anti-magic. And before I continue, can we just talk about how good Tabata's art really is? Like, I swear this dude is just out to make Studio Pierrot's job a lot harder. But anyways, as I predicted, the crystal core in Lucius's chest is probably the only way to kill him. So Ryu tells Asta to target that spot, which obviously wasn't going to be that easy, since Lucius easily teleported behind him to try to take him out, but he was saved by Yuno using Spirit of Notice. Lucius also told Asta that he would even revive Asta, but this time as a proper living being with magic. As expected, Asta wasn't having none of that, so there was only one thing Lucius could have done. When Asta tried to attack Lucius's crystal core, he teleported a clone of his mom Lucida, and as expected, that threw Liba off to the point where he couldn't attack her, even though she was a clone. This caused their devil union to become undone, resulting in Lucius once again defeating Asta and Liba. This makes Lucius 2-0 against Asta, and both times he defeated him the same way. The first time, he used Lily as a distraction to get a fatal blow. This time he used his own mother. I'm telling you, this dude don't be playing fair. By the time the end of the series arrives, Asta's gonna be looking like Luffy, since he got sliced the exact same way but from different angles. That was the end of chapter 379, but we are not done yet, because we got a lot more madness in the next chapter. Chapter 380 is titled The Brink of Despair, which already doesn't sound good. We started the chapter off with everyone reacting to Asta getting finished off seemingly by Lucius and Yami, dropping the funniest yet hardest line in the entire series. And I feel bad for Noelle because the last time she saw Asta was him getting killed by Lucius. And now, when she just found out he's alive, she sees him getting obliterated once again. But they all are about to get their hands full because, as I once again predicted, Lucius revived every single Supreme Paladin. But this time, instead of their form when they had some humanity in them, Lucius turned them into actual monsters. They look more like lore-accurate angels, similar to Lilabero's final form in Bleach. And this time, things are gonna be a lot worse. And I can already tell a lot of people are gonna die in these next chapters. Because to prevent Lucius from killing Asta completely, Yuno took down Neverland that was buffing and debuffing everyone just so he could quickly defeat Lucius. He knew it was a risk and finally realized they are all magic knights and need to have faith in them. We then see all the Black Bulls who used up all their anti-magic to defeat the Lucius clones, saying they need to help everyone and they're just getting warmed up. But let's just be real. Some people are dying regardless of them helping or not. None of the Black Bulls are gonna die, if you think that, by the way, just some other important character like Nozel, for sure. We then go back to the Yuno versus Lucius fight, and Emma, be honest, Yuno is doing pretty good. But of course, that didn't last long, since the guy he's fighting got every single magic you can probably think of, and is constantly getting stronger. We then see Asta say his iconic "not done yet" line, and proceed to do my favorite moment in the chapter, which is the callback of Yuno helping him during the Lucifero fight. But this time, he's the one helping Yuno in the Lucius fight. I just find this so amazing because this might truly be Yuno's final stand. Yuno then teleported Asta away and dropped another banger line saying, "He'll come back just as long as I'm here." And we see Asta shared some of his anti-magic with Yuno, but also, he's holding the Demon Dweller sword in his right hand. This got me really wondering what is the lore behind anti-magic truly. And one thing I want to point out is even after all the terrorism Lucius has been doing in these chapters, he genuinely had a smile on his face the entire time. This guy is not human, I'm telling you. But those were the chapters. My overall thought is I think this is one of the best chapter sprees Tabata has been on so far, especially since a lot of questions were answered, but also a lot of new questions have come into play. So yeah, here's what I think. Yuno is 100% dying. I can bet anything on it. Same goes for a bunch of others too, especially Nozel and probably Fuegoleon. A lot of people are gonna return like Leopold to help Marioleona and Fuegoleon take down Morris. Lucius might deadass win if Asta and Liba don't lock in and come back in time. There might even be another arc since Yuno teleported him somewhere and Lucius doesn't know where, even though he could instantly pinpoint where Marx was. So he's probably in a place Lucius has never been and might run into the Earth Spirit or something crazy like that. And finally, the most important question. What's the history between Lucius and Asta's mom? Because for him to make a clone of her and know she's that connected to Liba and Asta, he had to at least see her or know her somehow. But yeah, those were my thoughts on this chapter. I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10, and I can't wait for the next one, especially since there is a 10th anniversary of Black Clover special. So yeah, expect something big. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.